All right, we're going to bring them out 12-1. And our first team to cross the stage officially getting the weigh-in underway. They were in 12th place coming into today. It would have not been a normal top 12 without a team from this school in here. They're from Bethel University, Jack Stewart and Kyle Palmer. 33-2 through 2 days of fishing, 5 more in their bag. 17 pounds and 14 ounces takes this team all the way to second place with a 3-day total of 51 pounds even. So these guys figured out a little something. I think it was after day number 2, so yesterday, and looks like they rode that in again today. 17-14 today. 51 even through 3 days of fishing, and they're in second place. All right, Kyle, let's talk. Now that the tournament's over with, our Dax, we got Dax over there. Tell me real quick first, I want to know how you guys caught him. What was your success? How'd you get it done this week on the Harris chain?
Staying in Lake Harris and flipping Kissimmee grass, just protected banks out of the wind, flipping a big 1-ounce jig and a 1-ounce punch weight with a punch skirt.
You guys weren't going far at all then, that's what I hear.
Not far. Okay.
But I don't know with everything else, but I think it was a big offshore bite too, so you think you guys were one of the few teams who were staying shallow all week?
I believe so. We didn't have much pressure around us anywhere we fished. I don't think a lot of people flipped.
All right, well, you're in second place. Hopefully you can stay inside that top 4. Kyle, let's get some thank yous in, then Dax, we'll go back to you for some more thank yous.
Yeah, I just want to thank my parents for allowing me to be here. I want to thank the school, Coach Mason, and most of all, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for just allowing us to have a great week on the water. These guys really caught them good, and we're just proud to be standing here.
Dax, same question. Thank yous.
Definitely the Lord above for letting us do this. I mean, he does everything. Coach Mason, he does everything behind the scenes. He works probably harder than any of us on the team. My mom, stepdad, and girlfriend drove all the way down here from Alabama to be here to watch us weigh in, and all the teammates that stayed to watch us weigh in today.
Yeah, they found a nice shady spot back there. Second place, you still have a shot at the bracket. Nice job. Go cross your fingers. Good job, guys. All right, one team down. We'll move into the next team. They are in 11th place. They had a big bag on day number 2. It gave them 33-15 for their 2-day total from Blue Mountain College. Ty Cox and Fisher Overton. 5 more in their bag today. 21-14 would put you in the lead. 5 fish worth 11 pounds, 12 ounces. Can take you to third place with 45-11. So you are inside that top 4 at the moment. Again, they had a second biggest bag yesterday with 26-10, enough to get them inside this top 12 cut in 11th place. And they've jumped all the way up to third place at the moment with 45-11 for their 3-day total. So, Ty, hey, we know it's your last, could be your last time walking across the stage. You make the bracket, you'll get a few more days, but no better way to go out than to have a top 12 finish like this.
Yeah, especially after day 1, we were sitting in 101, pretty much dead last. And if you'd have told me we was walking across the stage today, I'd have probably laughed at you and told you it was crazy. But we got on a little deal in practice. We was flipping offshore hydrilla, and the first day the wind was blowing. I'm talking about you couldn't even see the clumps. We tried blind flipping a couple times, but we just couldn't get nothing going. And yesterday it was dead calm, and I mean we caught them, and we probably caught we caught everything that was there pretty much yesterday just to make it to today, and we pretty much just run out of fish. But like I said, it's the last one, so I'm just glad to be standing on here the last day.
Well, Fisher, what kind of, you said you guys were flipping. I want to know what kind of baits you guys were flipping in the hydrilla.
We were throwing just a beaver style bait on an ounce with an ounce tungsten on it, 3/0 owner hook, 65-pound braid. You gotta get them out of there. You know that thick hydrilla, it can be tough to get them out.
And what lake were you guys in?
We stayed on Harris, and we caught 2 clutch 6.5 pounders in the Dead River.
And this place is it's crazy how well this place is fishing in October of all months. You know, October's kind of a tough month to fish, but you guys really had to catch them to get to this point in this tournament.
Oh yeah, this lake, I mean, it's absolutely incredible. I mean, the bags that it's putting out right now, as you've seen with the team from Bryan, and I mean, we were all sitting out there the other night, our teammates and us. We were just talking. You know, if there was one place where we'd be this far back and have a chance to come back and make it, it'd be down here. And sure enough, we went out and both of us ended up with 26.5 pounds and made it to today. Just it's been blessed. It's been a blessed week, really.
Well, let's get some thank yous in, Fisher. Who you want to say our thanks to?
I just want to say thank you to everybody watching back home. Thank you to the school for supporting us, allowing us to come out here and do this. And a big thank you to y'all for putting this event on. Y'all do a great job. It's a well-run tournament every year. Y'all do a fantastic job. Thank you to our coaches, all of our sponsors. And thank you to the Lord above for just blessing us. I mean, everything we've got. Thank you to, those out there protecting our freedom every day. And just giving us a chance to do what we want to do. In the USA, we pretty much, we have the options to do whatever we want to do as long as we're willing to work at it. So,
Ty, same question. Fisher did a fantastic job. That's a hard act to follow.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to beat. I thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and then, of course, my parents. Without them, I've been doing this for 5 years now, and without their support, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Hammer Fishing Rods, Midway Marine, Mercury Ranger Boats, all of our sponsors, Blue Mountain. They're great to us and support us 100%. Thank y'all. This has probably been the greatest 5 years I've had, and I'll cherish every memory of it for sure.
Well, you're in third place right now. Good job, guys. 45-11, Blue Mountain College. See you guys. Go cross your fingers. We'll see where you end up. All right, the hots we've weighed in two, and the hot seat is still empty. This team was in 10th place coming into today with 34 even. They are from McKendree University. Let's welcome up Trevor McKinney and Blake Jackson. 5 more in their bag. 21 pounds and 13 ounces would move you into the Tacoma. Looking for 21-13. 19 pounds and an ounce all the way up to second place for McKendree. Big move up the leaderboard. 53-1 is going to be their 3-day total. Just 2 pounds and 12 ounces shy of getting into the lead. Still going to be a good finish, and they're going to be looking like they might be setting their sights on the bracket. Sitting in second place, can fall 2 places and still move on to that bracket. 53-1, McKendree University, second place. Trevor McKinney and Blake Jackson. So a little stumble yesterday, Trevor, but you guys rebounded nicely today. What was the difference? What adjustments did you make?
So we had a little more boat pressure in our area yesterday, and they actually caught the 9-3 that is leading Big Bass, and that really anchored their bag yesterday. We did not get a big bite. Today we got a big bite, and it anchored our bag today. So
Nice. I think we're gonna give weigh the big one. Oh, we already weighed it 610, so that's a nice one to anchor that big bag. So where were you guys fishing? How'd you catch them?
we were fishing back in the marsh in Lake Griffin. It was actually about an hour and 45-minute haul there. So we were catching them all shallow on a swim bait and punching.
Okay, nice. And yeah, a long commute because half of it's on the trolling motor, right? But Blake, in the marsh, any other areas key this week?
No, we actually had some issues on the way down. My boat got totaled, so we had about 5 hours to practice. And all week coming down, we talked about going to the marsh. So we had 4 hours. So we said we're going to the marsh and caught a bunch of fish and a 6-pounder, and we rolled with it all week and never left.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. So if I understand this correctly, you guys were down here. Your boat gets rear-ended, totaled. National championship, don't have a boat. Tell us what happened, how your coach and John Rinder and went into gear and got you guys out on the water.
Yeah, it was I'll tell you, those 2 days that we didn't get to practice, it was awfully boring. You sat around with John and Carla, and man, I got to give to these college coaches, man. They got a boring life when everyone's out on the water. But it was, I'd like to thank my dealer back home, Boatworks, and Justin and everyone at Phoenix Boats for getting us a boat down here and letting us come do this.
Well, that's awesome. And again, kudos to the coaches for helping where they need to, and you guys not giving up on the tournament. And now it could be enough to get you into that bracket. Some more thank yous besides that, Blake, or anybody you want to say higher thanks to?
Yeah, definitely all my friends back home watching, family, my mom and sister for coming down, and the school and Coach and Carla and everyone out supporting us as we travel around and do this.
Trevor, same question.
Yeah, I want to thank God for such an awesome opportunity to come out here and do what we love to do. We just had a fantastic time the last 3 days. We probably caught 250 bass. Just want to thank the Lord for the opportunities He's given us. I mean, we could have been without a boat for the tournament, not had a boat, but God made a way. And I want to thank Coach and Carla for everything they do for us. I mean, you couldn't count all the things they do for us and our team. My parents, my girlfriend, everybody back home watching, and you guys for just putting on an awesome tournament.
Second place right now, 53-1, their 3-day total from McKendree. Go cross your fingers, guys, see if you can stay inside that top 4. Ninth place coming into today with 34 pounds and 2 ounces. They're from Eastern Kentucky University. Let's welcome up Mason Moore and Logan Estes. Step up, guys. 5 in your bag. You're going to check in at 7 pounds, 3 ounces. Going to take you to 5th place with a 41.5 3-day total. Going to be outside of that top 4 mark, but still going to be a great finish for you guys. Top 12 in 5th place right now. From EKU, the eastern part of that state. 5th place with 41.5. Let's hear it from Mason Moore and Logan Estes. So let's talk, Mason. I think you're closest to the mic. Was this just a case where 3 days, just your areas just couldn't, they kind of slowly ran out of the good ones?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We got pretty fortunate, pretty lucky. We'd had one fish, I think, over 3 pound all practice, and stumbled upon one little brush pile offshore that would had a little better fish in it and keep reloading for us about every hour. Fish it and leave it, come back. Held up the first 2 days. We fished it this morning, caught all our weight off of it by 11 o'clock. Then we came back to Harris, try to get a big bite, and just it never happened.
So what lake was the brush pile in?
It was in Dora.
Okay, deep, shallow? I mean, relative, I know in Florida. There's nothing really deep, right?
It was pretty deep, I guess, relative to Florida. It was about 12 foot.
Okay, all right. What kind of lures are you guys throwing in that?
We're catching them on a Carolina rig with a Zoom Speed Worm or a Old Monster, and then most of them came on a 3XD and bluegill.
Nice. All right, well, anybody you want to say hi or thanks to?
Thanks to family and friends watching back home, and to all our sponsors.
Logan, same question. Anybody you guys want to say hi or thanks to?
Yeah, I want to say thanks to all the text messages and phone calls I got this week, all the support from my family and friends, and I'm sure they're home watching, so hi, guys.
All right, guys, EKU, 5th place, 41.5. Good finish, guys. Give you air bumps. All right. Next team coming up. They had 36.6 through their 2 days of fishing. Let's welcome up Cole Thompson and Vincent Dowler from North Alabama. They got a bag. 19.7 would move this team into the lead, looking for 19.7. 22 pounds, 8 ounces. And we have a new leader with a 58.14 3-day total. And we can finally put some guys in the Tacoma. The hot seat will now be occupied. That might be a new Carhartt Big Bass. We're going to definitely have to try that one. UNA, Cole Thompson and Benson Dowler. 58.14. 22.8 today. Getting a good bag coming into the final day. All right, again, Carhartt Big Bass right now, 9 pounds, 3 ounces, occupied by Bruton Parker College out of Georgia. Bryce Henley and Reese Kingston. 9-3 with tie it. 9-4, it's all yours. Looking for at least 9-3 to tie. 8 pounds, 10 ounces. Going to be just a little shy of that, but what a day you guys had. Let's talk about it. Tell me how it all went down today.
Well, we were just looking for 2 big bites today, and we got them. Our fish stayed in our area, and it's been pretty awesome. This is the first time my family's ever got to watch me weigh in on a college stage, so I'm stoked that they got to be here in my home state. It's been a great week. We had a super tough practice, probably one of the toughest practices I've ever had for a tournament, and it's just working out so far. So,
how'd you catch those big ones today, Cole?
We actually mixed it up, and we actually caught them on a square bill and a queen tackle switchblade. It's been producing for us all week, and it just worked out for us today.
What lake? Where can you give us a little insight where you guys caught it?
We spent most of our time in Lake Eustis and Lake Dora, just mixing it up, fishing some offshore grass. Like to thank Humminbird for making some awesome units and helping us find all that offshore grass this week. And it's been a great time.
Well, Vincent, I'll ask you a couple questions. Any other keys this week to your fishing?
Yeah, we like to stay in a depth. We had a certain depth, 7-8 foot was about it. And if you could get it in the grass and you could get it out get it out clean, then you get bit, and that's about it, man. That's pretty simple.
Well, let's get some thank yous in. Benson, you guys are sitting in the lead. We're going to do that, and then you're going to head over here to the Tacoma.
Yeah, I'd like to give a thank you to my parents. They've helped me out a lot. Also the school and all of our great sponsors, TNT, Jack's, Green Valley Nursery, and biggest supporter of all, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
What about you, Cole? I know you got a couple of thank yous in, but I know you probably have some more out there.
Yes, sir, Hank. I'd like to thank the good Lord for letting us do what we do. I'd like to thank Bassmaster for running such a great event. I'd like to thank the University of North Alabama for letting us do this, and my awesome family for showing up to support us.
New leaders. Were you done? Is that it? Yeah, I think so. New leaders, UNA, Cole Thompson and Vincent Dowler, 58-14. Take a seat in the Tacoma. We now have an occupied hot seat, and we'll see how long you guys can sit there. You can fall 3 spots still and stay inside that bracket as well. Leesburg. Come on up, guys. 5 in the bag to unseat UNA. You need 21.15. 5 fish. They're going to check in at 8 pounds and 6 ounces. Going to take you to 45.6. Your 3-day total got you in 6th place, guys. 6th place, so it's going to be a good finish for you. Top 12, 6th place right now. Again, from the state of Alabama, Tyler Lubot and Calvin Landsberg, 45.6, 6th place. So while we get those in the bag, Tyler, if you step over to the mic, I want to know how you caught the 25-pound bag on day number 1. Tell us how that went down.
Yeah, day 1 we found one spot in practice where I caught a 7.2 and a couple more over 4. And we were catching them all on a topwater, an evergreen shower blower. And we were just working it pretty erratically, and they would just come up and explode on it. We knew that big ones were in there, and day 1 it worked out, but on day 2 we had a lot more boat traffic, and all our hydrilla kind of got churned up, and it just was a bad spell for the next couple days.
Man, so you guys caught 25 pounds on top on day 1?
Yeah, every single fish came up on it. It was one of our big ones. I was working it. Calvin said something. I turned around, stop it, and just hear the most massive explosion. The rod almost comes out of my hand. And it came up and jumped, and it was a good experience.
That sounds like a memorable day you'll take home for the rest of your life. And that was just right here on Lake Harris?
Yeah, we were in the back of Little Harris. It was some of the best hydrilla we found on both Harris lakes. And our other spot was all the way in Lake Griffin, so we kind of just committed and had them all by 9:30 day 1, and just the boat pressure kind of ruined it all.
Any other keys to this week, Calvin? You're going to have a good finish. What else were you guys doing besides that area?
We also caught a few just initially in practice. We caught some just swimming a speed worm through the grass, but they actually seemed to bite it a lot better when we just dragged it through the grass. And we caught a few the 2nd and 3rd day doing that.
Well, you want to get some thank yous in, Calvin?
I'd like to say hi to my parents back home, and I'd like to shout out Rod Warrior USA. They make the best rod sleeves out there. And I'd like to thank Bassmaster for allowing us to fish these because we're under a travel ban. So thank you, guys.
Tyler, who else you guys want to say hi or thanks to?
Yeah, primarily I just want to thank Bass for putting on these great events in such a crazy time. And like Calvin said, we're under a travel ban, so Bass was nice enough to let us fish. I'd like to thank all my friends and family watching back home. My parents are like the biggest support system you could ever ask for, so they really allowed me to come out here. And finally, I just want to thank all our team sponsors and all my personal sponsors for always giving us the best equipment to be out here.
Nice job, guys. 6th place, Tyler Lubot and Calvin Landsberg. Let's see where you end up. This be a good finish for you guys. All right. Next team coming up. They were in 6th place. UNA still sitting there. This team is from Minnesota State Mankato. They had 37-12 through 2 days of fishing. Let's welcome up Brian Linder and Nathan Thompson. Step up, guys. 5 fish. 21.3 is the mark to unseat UNA. 10 pounds and 8 ounces is going to take you to 5th place with 48.4. Going to be a good finish for Minnesota Mankato. 48-4, their 3-day total, 5th place. This team had a top 5 last year and team of the year. And I know this will not be the final day, the last final day we see this team crossing the stage. Now, yet again, another good finish. Let's hear it one time for Brian and Nathan from Minnesota State. All right, as we get those back in the bag, let's talk about it a little bit. Seems like same thing. I guess Nathan's closer to the mic, or Brian, whoever wants to talk first. Was it the same thing where you guys, your areas just kind of, you fished them out and lost, you just went through a few fish and kind of dried up a little bit?
Yeah, so basically this whole week we were fishing offshore in brush piles, and we caught some big fish in practice. And day 1 of the tournament, we caught 2 big fish. He had one over 5, I caught a 7. So that's how we got our big bag, and then kind of slowly started going down from there in our one area. But we just kept fishing, did all we could, and we got the bites we got.
Brian, how deep were those brush piles, and what lake, and where were they? How many did you have?
So we caught most of our big fish here in Lake Harris, but we had spots in Dora, Eustis, and also in Griffin, but we spent most of our time here in Harris to save all the time there, because our spot in Griffin took us like an hour and a half to get there, so we just figured we'd stay here today, get more time on the water. But yeah, brush piles we were fishing is about like 8 feet of water, just small brush piles, but those fish would just suck right on them, and then you just drag it by there, thunk, every time. And we had some good areas, but they just went dry today. I don't know what happened, but they weren't there today, so we just ran around the whole lake and got what we got today. But
so when did you figure out that you guys were going to live and die by the brush piles? In practice, did you idle around just trying to mark places? Is that what you did and just said it's either going to work or it's not going to?
Yep. I came down here and I was going to say, like, yeah, I'm going to fish offshore the whole time because I didn't want to deal with the pressure on the banks and all that stuff. And, I mean, practice, we got some really big fish and we had a lot of good areas, but I don't know if the cold weather came through and just messed it up. But, yeah, I want to thank Hummingbird for making that 360. I mean, we caught all of our fish because of that 360, and if it's just that's some great – I don't know. We just knew exactly where to cast every time.
Well, while you're going, let's get some other thank yous in, and then we'll transition to Nathan.
Yeah, I want to thank all my friends and family back home watching. Thanks for the support. Couldn't do without you. Yamaha for making the best outboard out there. Makota, like I said, Hummingbird, Daiwa, Arc Rods. And then finally, I want to thank the good Lord up there for blessing us with a good week.
Nice job, Minnesota State Mankato, 48-4, 5th place. Good job. Oh, sorry, Nathan. I was totally like going right by you. Nathan, let's get some thank yous in.
Yeah, I want to say hi and thanks to the friends and family back at home. I want to thank my parents for all the support. I know they're watching. And, those Arc Rods and Daiwa Reels got the fish in the boat. And Strike King was the main lure, so I want to thank them. And, that Hummingbird 360 is something else. It's our first year using it, and that thing is a game changer. So
now we'll do it again. 48-4. Nice job, Minnesota State Mankato. We'll see where you guys end up, but a nice job. All right. We are down to the top 5. UNA still in the seat. This team was in 5th place coming into today from Blue Mountain College. They had 38-6. Let's welcome up Rudy, Worley, and John Nowlin. John Nowlin. I got it. All right, 5 in the bag. 20 pounds and 9 ounces would put you in first place, looking for 29. 11 pounds, 5 ounces. Going to take you to 5th place, guys, with a 49-11 3-day total for Rudy Worley and John Nowlin. It'll be a good finish for you guys. Top 5 at the moment. Again, just the amount of weight the Harris chain is putting out right now is awesome. Let's hear it one time for Blue Mountain College. This team, again, they had a big bag to get them into today. They had a 26.5-pound bag. Rudy, we'll have you step over there, whichever one wants to talk. We got John was close by, too. But let's talk about the 26.5 bag yesterday. How'd you guys catch that one? What'd you do?
Well, the first day we didn't really do no good, about like today, but we just went flipping basically all day and got to really really big bites. That's what made our bag, basically.
So where were you guys fishing?
Main Harris.
Okay, so a lot of teams, it sounds like, we're just staying here in Harris. What else were the other keys? I mean, you had to have more than just the big bites to get into here.
We did everything. We swam a worm, pitched around the Kissimmee grass, and all kinds of stuff. Just junk fished.
Well, that'd be like a true Mississippi angler, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get some thank yous in.
I'd like to thank the school and all our school sponsors and just my family for coming and watching.
All right, who else? Who else we want to say higher thanks to, John?
Yeah, I want to thank first and foremost my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for allowing me and him and everybody here to just be here and get to compete. I want to say a big thank you to Blue Mountain for letting us come to all these tournaments. I want to thank Hammer Rods, Midway Marine, my parents. We had boat problems this week after the last day of practice, and my parents drove 11 hours down here with my boat just so we could fish here. So without them, we really wouldn't even be on the stage today.
Awesome stuff. Anyone else? All right, guys, good job. 5th place, Rudy, Worley, and John Nallen. We appreciate you guys, Blue Mountain College. Nice finish for you. And then there were 4, down to our final 4 teams. 38-15 coming into today for Montevallo, Miller Spivey, and Trey Dickert. Step up, guys. 5 more in the bag. 20 pounds even is what you need to knock off UNA. 5 fish. 9 pounds and 15 ounces going to take you to 6th place, guys. So a nice job. Miller and Trey, 48-14. Let's hear it one time for Miller and Trey out of Montevallo. That's in Central Alabama. 6th place. So nice job, guys. Miller, let's talk. Been a great year for you, and great final championship. How'd you guys catch them this week?
So we've rotated several shell beds with isolated eelgrass and hydrilla patches in 3 different lakes, Eustis, Dora, and Bouclair. We found a few big schools, and we caught a lot of fish the first and second day, but today was real slow.
All right, any other keys there, Trey? We'll have you guys kind of flip-flopping around the mic.
Yeah, it was more dragging a worm than a crankbait, but you could get bit both. If you were not getting bites anymore in a worm, you could throw a crankbait in there and get bit, except today. Today was not great for us.
All right, well, let's see. Yeah, but still, top 6 finish right now in the national championship in a very heavy-hitting lake. Something to be said for. So it's been a great week for you. Let's get some thank yous in, Trey.
Yeah, first thing I want to say is thank the good Lord above. I'm extremely blessed to be able to do this. Also, thanks to Coach Crawford. He came down. He does a lot for the program. He's built a great program. We had 10 boats here this week. Also, thanks to my friends and family watching back home.
What about you, Miller?
Yeah, I just want to thank my friends and family back home, my girlfriend, and our coach, William Crawford, for all he does.
Great job, guys. Montevallo, 6th place. Appreciate you. Well, do you guys have your calculator out? Cole, where's your family? Well, I don't know if you're going to take home the inevitable trophy, but you're in 1st place. We have 3 teams left away. Top 4 move on to the bracket. That means you're going to have a worse finish of 4th place. That means you're headed to the bracket. How's that sound? We already know that. Set your sights on the bracket. But I know you would rather take home some of those, too. You are potentially 3 days away from making it to the Bassmaster Classic. All right, let's see if we can get some more teams in the bracket. Who will it be? 3rd place. See if they can unseat UNA, still sitting there. 39-9 through 2 days of fishing from Georgia Southern. Ty Black and Avery Thomason. Step up, guys. Looks like they've had a good day. Coming into today in 3rd place with 39-9. They have 5 in their bag. They need 19-6 to unseat North Alabama. 18 pounds and an ounce is going to jump them up to 2nd place, just shy. UNA survives another one. But that means this team has punched their ticket to the bracket now. They can finish no worse than 4th place. with just 2 teams left. There you go, Georgia Southern, Ty Black and Avery Thomason. $18 in an ounce today, 57.10. I want to make sure you heard what I just said, Avery. You locked in for the bracket already.
That's awesome.
I mean, you're in second place. We have 2 teams left. If the next team coming up beats you, you get up to third. If the next team coming up beats you, you drop to fourth. The top 4 move on. So you're moving on to the bracket. You can set your sights on Lay Lake.
That's awesome.
Still, let's talk about this week. Even though it's a heavy-hitting game, it's still coming down to ounces. And, I mean, sometimes the big weight events are even tougher than the tougher tournaments, it seems like.
Right.
That's a question if you want to comment on that.
Yeah, we caught them pretty good this week. We've been blessed. We're throwing a crankbait and only lost 1 fish this entire week. We lost it yesterday, and it was a good one. We had like a 2-pound small fish, and it would have hopped us up about 2 pounds or so. So that's hurting us, but we wanted to make top 4 coming in today, and we did that. So we couldn't be happier to be here and this whole week and all.
So you said crankbaits all week?
Yes, sir. Yep, 6XD.
Man, is that not
Yes, sir.
nerve-wracking when you get a fish on?
Oh, it is. We hooked probably 5 fish, about 5 pounds this week, and it was hairy getting them in, but we did it.
What pound line were you guys throwing?
We were throwing 15-pound line just because our line would get frayed up,
Yeah.
so we didn't want to have to keep retying as much as 12, but we were throwing 15.
How deep?
Anywhere from about 8 to 12 foot.
And what lake?
Harris.
Brush piles?
Actually, bridge pilings.
Okay, nice, interesting. That's a little bit different than what other people were doing.
It's a little unorthodox for Florida. That's what we're talking about back in the line. We come to a shallow water lake and figure out how to catch them on a crankbait in Florida, but
nice.
We did it.
Moving on to the bracket, let's get some thank yous in.
I'd like to thank my family, my girlfriend, all my friends and family back at home watching, all our school sponsors, good Lord above for really blessing us this week with all the bites and getting them in the boat, and all y'all who come out here. This is an awesome tournament. We got blessed to make it in here. We had a terrible year. 2020 was a bad one to us, but we made the most of it this week.
What about you, Avery?
Yeah, I just want to thank my dad and coming down and supporting us all week. I couldn't do this without him. I see that my grandparents drove all the way down today. Shout out to them, and my mom also. I couldn't do it without y'all. Thank you to my girlfriend for driving down here this morning, and all of our sponsors. And thank you for Georgia Southern for letting us travel with this travel band. And I just want to thank y'all for putting on a great series of tournaments.
Well, great job, guys. Set your sight on the bracket. Second place in this tournament. And then there were 2. North Alabama. You guys doing okay? All right. Team had a great 2 days. Very consistent through 2 days. They had 40 pounds, 11 ounces. Pretty much caught 20.5 pounds each day. Let's welcome them up. They're from Texas, Lamar State College out of Orange. Jack Tyndall and Brett Frazier. Step on up, guys. 5 in the bag. 18-4 is what you need. 6 pounds and 13 ounces. Going to take you guys to 9th place. So a nice job, guys. For Orange, Texas, Lamar State, let's hear it for these guys. Been consistent all week. Jack Tyndall and Brett Frazier. Team laid off for a little while, but you guys came back with us this year. Got the program back up and running. Let's talk about the week. How'd you guys catch those 2 20-pound bags for days 1 and 2?
Well, so we actually caught all our fish that we weighed in this week flipping lily pads with a Cinco, of all things. And we really had tough practice. We thought 13 pounds a day would get you fishing a day, and obviously that wasn't the case, and we were blessed with 2 days of 20 pounds. Today they just didn't cooperate. We saw a couple big ones this morning in the same clump that we caught our 2 big ones out of yesterday, but they just didn't bite today, but that's how it goes. We were truly blessed to make it to today.
Well, and now in the fishery, we've had several elites there and opens there in Orange, Texas. So were you able to apply some things there to over here?
Yes, sir, no doubt. Every now and then you would see some similarities out here to back home when we peel off and go in the marsh and stuff. So it has its similarities, but still Florida fishing is nothing like what we've been used to. It's still got its own little twist to it that we haven't fully learned yet, but maybe we'll get there one day.
Still a great finish, top 12, ninth place right now. Worst you're going to finish is 10th place with the day number 1 and 2 leaders coming up after you. But any thank yous you want to get in here, Jack?
Yeah, first off, we want to say a huge thanks to John and Hank and the whole B.A.S.S staff for putting on all these great events for us. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. And I really want to thank the school and our president at the school and our sponsor, Miss Thera, for them having the vision to have a fishing team. This is our first year having a fishing team, and for us to be in the national championship, I wasn't expecting it, and we're truly blessed with it. Want to say a huge thanks to all our sponsors, Top Deck, First Financial, Gopher, Rainbow Outdoors, Stout Builders, and Jorgensen Marine, and all our other sponsors. If it wasn't for them, we also wouldn't be here. So huge thanks to everybody that came out to support us, all our friends and family, and everybody who came out to watch today.
And what about you, Brett? You've been sitting there patiently. Let's get some thank yous in for you, too.
Like Jack said, thank all of our sponsors, Top Deck, Gopher, First Financial, Rambo, and Jurgensen, and thank all of our family and friends for coming out and watching us, and everybody watching us back home rooting us on. And thank y'all for putting on this great event.
Great job. Let's hear it one more time for Lamar State College out of Orange. Brett and Jack, thank you guys. Great year. All right, before we bring you guys out, a couple of things I'm going to confirm on the leaderboard already. We have the bracket already confirmed because there's only one team left, and they are already in the top 3. You guys are in. Ty Black and Avery Thompson are in. Cole Sands and Connor DeMauro are in. There's no way it's going to affect it because they're already in, which means McKendry, Trevor, and Blake Jackson are in, and the bracket is now confirmed. We have our final 8 anglers to decide who is going to the Classic. We're going to bring out our day 1 and 2 leaders. We're going to talk to them first because they've just had a magical day or a magical week. And let's talk about it because I think everybody kind of has an idea of what's about to happen. Unfortunately, UNA, I think you guys know too. But first, we got to talk about the fishing. How did you guys do it this week?
Oh, man, it's been such an incredible week. I don't know. I mean, we've had 3 dream fishing days, for every bass angler. I came down in pre-practice before it went off limits and spent, I don't know how many days, I think 3 days, and I graphed almost the whole time. And it really paid off. I kind of figured out what the fish were going to be doing. And we located some more in practice, before the tournament. And we really laid off our fish. We swung once on our spot that we ended up weighing all of our fish on in practice, and it was over 6. So we knew we were on something good, but we didn't know quite what we were on. But no, it's incredible. I'm excited.
Lake, what lake was it?
We were in Beauclair.
Okay, all right. Now, Cole, I want to talk to you specifically about this because I want to point out this team actually they were leading last year in 2019 in a tournament on Bull Shoals Lake, and they found out rules violations are 99% an accident, self-reported themselves, which did result in a disqualification and more than likely took that win away from you guys. But again, here's why I'm pointing this out. Turn around, they get a 2nd place finish last year's national championship. They learned from all that, and then we're going to find out what happens here. But I just want to point out the sportsmanship of bass fishing, that they self-reported themselves when they found out that they violated that rule. Resulted in a disqualification, but it's probably more than likely going to come all the way back around, and you guys are more than likely going to be taking home those trophies. So all that to say here, I don't know if that's really a question, but I do want to point that out. Just the lessons learned and how you've learned from that to go into this year and prosper from that experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you can't win fair, it's not right. And we figured out we did something wrong in that tournament. We turned ourselves in, and there's a saying, what goes around comes around. And I think it's going to come around this time. But it's been an awesome 3 days. I can't thank y'all enough at Bass. I've grown up fishing the juniors, high school tournaments, and then into college, and y'all have shaped who I am as a person and who I am going to be going forward. So I can't thank y'all enough. Y'all have changed my life.
I got to admit, John says he's not sure if he's wild about your haircut yet, though.
I was going to cut it, but I keep catching them pretty good, so I don't know.
You can't cut it now.
I don't know if I can.
You can't cut it now. Are you guys tired of talking to me?
Yeah, a little
You ready to go make this official? Leesburg, you guys ready to make this official? The only group that might not be ready to make this official is UNA. You guys good? You want to hang here a little bit longer? We're good. All right, go get your fish, guys. Let's make this official. Remember, again, 72.4 is the 3-day single weight record for college fishing. 83.5 is the 3-day unofficial record. We've got to research that and make sure we're exactly right there. But 83.5 is the unofficial 3-day record for all of Bass. 55.12 through 2 days of fishing. You don't need much. 5 fish. 29 pounds even. It's going to take you to a 3-day total. Listen to this. What I say they needed 83 or 83.5 was the record. 84 pounds and 12 ounces is their 3-day total to take home this championship. There you go. Biggest bag of the week. Bass Pro Nitro big bag. 29 pounds even. 84.12 through 3 days. Look at that 29-pound bag right there, Leesburg. What a magical 3 days of fishing. Second place last year in the national championship. And they said there's no way they're going to even keep it close this year because they're going to finish with 84.12. Second place is 58.14. I mean, you guys couldn't beat anybody anymore. I mean, that's like run ruling everybody, the whole field.
Yeah, Cole and I said today we weren't going to let up on them, and we definitely didn't. We didn't slack at all. Huge shout out to Cole Thompson and his partner. They're excellent fishermen. I actually fished with Cole or against Cole in high school. We're from the same group. He's from Kissimmee, and I'm from about 45 minutes from here. So, you know, winning this thing's incredible. It's been really a lifelong dream. But to win it at home is something special.
Cole, I don't even have to ask you anything. Just tell us what's going through your head.
Oh, my gosh, man. I don't know what to say. Man, God blessed us so much this week. We had some crazy stuff happen today. As soon as we checked in, our motor shut off. We can't get it to crank again. I had an 8-pounder today. It broke my rod. I still landed it. Connor had a 5-pounder jump in the trolling motor with spot lock on and wrap him up, and we landed it. And all I can say is God is good, man. I can't believe this. I'm about to cry. I just got to
make you take off your sunglasses so we can see it.
I don't want y'all to see that. But I can't thank our coaching staff enough. My family, my girlfriend, I know she's watching. Everybody that's texted me and called and just wished me good luck and just supported me so much. I got to thank Connor's grandpa, Pop. He made the best Italian subs I've ever had in my life. He had them for us in practice, and I think that's what got us through practice and helped us figure out these fish a little bit. So I got to thank all of these sponsors on our jersey that made this possible. Texas Roadhouse, Little Debbie, Dewey Barber Chevrolet, just to name a few. And I'm in shock, man.
Well, let's make it official. John, if you help me, grab this one trophy.
I got a couple
thank
yous real
quick.
Go ahead. There's been so many people that have helped us out along the way. I'd like to thank my family and all my friends for coming out. Jeff Matthews for keeping us at his house. He housed several of our anglers this week. Bobby Bakewell, he helped me install a trolling motor transducer. We snapped the cable on it day before the tournament. The Bloom family, Joey Bloom.
It didn't come easy.
They're
even
great
though
people.
You still beat everybody by 30 pounds.
Yeah, but you know we got a team behind us. You know, and it shows. You know, it's awesome.
Well, Connor or Cole, whichever one wants to grab that trophy right there in front of the podium, I'll have one of you reach down and grab it. And Connor right there, Leesburg, I need you to get loud for your 2020 Carhartt Bassmaster College Series National Champions. Cole Sands and Connor Demaro from Bryan College with 84.12 through their 3 days of fishing on the Harris Chain of Lakes, anchored by their biggest bag today, 29 even. Hold those trophies high, guys. Congratulations for the second time in school history. They're going to be taking home a national championship. We even have more stuff. John, if you would help me with the check, $5,000 coming to you courtesy of Carhartt. There you go. And we always like to do 2 takes again. Leesburg, Florida, your 2020 Carhartt Bassmaster College Series national champions. From Bryan College, Cole Sands and Connor DeMauro with 84-12 through their 3 days of fishing. Congratulations, guys. All right, we're going to bring up the top 4 teams now. Trophy presentations. Go ahead and make your way back. We're going to bring up second place, North Alabama, Cole Thompson and Vincent Dowler, 58-14. Again, moving on to the bracket. 3 days away from one of these anglers potentially going on to the Bassmaster Classic. Let's hear it for UNA, Cole Thompson and Benson Dowler. Third place, also moving on to the bracket, Georgia Southern, Ty Black and Avery Thompson. Avery Thomason. I don't know why I keep getting that wrong, Avery, my bad. 3-day total of 57-10. Congratulations. Also moving on to the bracket. Congratulations, guys. Top 4, don't go anywhere. We will have a quick bracket meeting right after this as well. Speaking of 4th place, final team in that bracket with 53-1 from McKendree University. For the 2nd year in a row, McKendree will pit a team inside that bracket. Trevor McKinney and Blake Jackson. And rounding out our top 5 again, just a fantastic year. This team, school last year, had the national championship bracket champion. They won the first 2 out of the 4 tour events this year. From Bethel University, let's welcome up Dax Stewart and Kyle Palmer with 51 even. Congratulations, guys. $2,000 going to that school. I didn't even talk about the payout. Congratulations. We'll go ahead and go through the rest of the standings all the way through 12th place. 6th place ended up being Rudy Worley and John Nowlin. 6th place, Montevallo, Miller Spivey, and Trey Dickert. 8th place, Brian Linder and Nathan Thompson. 9th place, Jack Tyndall and Brett Frazier. 10th place, Ty Cox and Fisher Overton from Blue Mountain. 11th place from Alabama, Tyler Lubot and Calvin Landsberg. And 12th place from EKU, Mason Moore and Logan Estes. That is going to wrap us up. Leesburg, Florida, it has been a pleasure. We are complete of the College Series regular season. We will set our sights on the bracket now. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching on Bassmaster.com. A huge shout-out to all our hosts. Go Orlando Greater Sports Commission. Thank you very much. City of Leesburg, Visit Lake. I want to give a huge shout-out to Chet right here for all their help with coordinating volunteers and camera boats for the Florida Bass Nation. Thank you very much. Thank you to all our sponsors. That is a wrap on our 2020 season. We will be extending a bracket champion in just about 3 weeks, and we will have our College Series contender. Thank you, guys. College Anglers, we'll see you in 2021. For the entire Bass staff, have a great night. We'll see you next season.